Awesome. Let's jump in. I just want to welcome everyone. Thank you. It is September 20th, 2022. Wintermute has just been hacked for $160 million. How better to introduce our chat? Welcome to DeFi. Welcome to the cross-chain world. It's pretty exciting. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about really about Symbiosis. And with me today, we have Nick, co-founder of Symbiosis Finance. Welcome, Nick.
Yeah, thank you for the introduction. I appreciate you inviting me today on this session. Would be happy to share some details, not to, to show off. We would, but better answer maybe. Better even answer some tricky questions. I would appreciate if you have some tricky questions, so that because that really helps us.
Nick, you've heard about me, Nick? Come on, have you really heard about me? I'm not that bad. I just my claws come out. I have some claws.
Apart from joking, no, thanks for having me today. Would love to start our conversation. And I believe we can do this in a friendly manner, not to promote something, but to discuss the industry itself and what we are doing in the space.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to say thank you to the folks who've made this possible, the Cross-Chain Coalition community. We are nearly, I think, 3,000 strong on the Cross-Chain Coalition newsletter. Thank you for all who subscribe. Thank you for those who are essentially here in our Twitter spaces. And if you're reading this or you're listening to the YouTube, welcome. We are excited to share and introduce Symbiosis Finance and do deep dives into it. So if you're still listening this far, we have a lot more to come. Symbiosis Finance is awesome, and we are going to get into it. So we begin. Okay, Nick, tell us a little bit about yourself. You're the co-founder of Symbiosis Finance. Give us a little bit of orientation. Who is Symbiosis Finance? How long you guys been together? What inspired the creation of this awesome organization? And then let's talk about some cross-chain hotness.
Yes, for sure. So let me briefly present who am I. So me, myself, yes, I'm co-founder of Symbiosis. And we are doing this stuff for more than a year and a half, since January 2020. Me, myself, I'm in the crypto space since 2016. Before that, honestly, the only higher education that I got is philosophy. So I'm a philosophy graduate, one of the universities. But when I did my master, it was in Madrid, Instituto de Empresas de Madrid. So I did my master thesis on the use of blockchain technology in logistics and supply chain management back to 2016. And apparently I come to the space with this slightly academic background. So I worked as a PR manager, marketing manager, because in 2016, it was all about ICO, different projects.
Right. That's right.
Fundraising, etc.
That's right.
Lots of efforts were put to attract community, to build community, to attract people, to do some PR stuff, etc. And so I'm slightly interested into the space. So I've been working different projects. I've been working even in one VC fund. It was financial focused, but not primarily on crypto. One of the projects was a Swiss crypto bank, and so I've been working on this. My last occupation was I was chief marketing officer in one instant swap exchange, centralized one, but still it's all changed now. And then actually I recall the date. It was September 30. 2020, when we arranged, let's say, yet another Telegram chat. Telegram chats exist nowadays for different purposes, and we organized yet another Telegram chat with peers who I know for more than 4 years. Will, my co-founder, we know each other since the time I've been working in this VC fund. Yeah. And we started contemplating on what we can do together in the space. And honestly, it was not cross-chain that we were first thinking about. It was slightly, I can tell you that explicitly, it was slightly 2020, August, BNB chain emerged, some other challenger chains started emerging, like Polygon, Avalanche, etc. And we were thinking about replicating the project, which is called Synthetics. So replicate some synthetic assets on different chains, apart from Ethereum due to the costs, etc. We were thinking especially about BNB. But then apparently we come to the idea that synthetic tokens itself is not the ultimate goal for the end user. Synthetic should solve something. The problem is not in the synthetic itself. And then we understood that using some some bridges, some existing technologies, cross-chain functionality can be built so that users, without coming to third-party like centralized exchanges and so on and so forth, can change any token from chain A to any token on chain B. And we started diving deep into this space, looking for different approaches. We looked through like what TorChain did, what some other solution did, and after I would say 6 months, starting from September 2020, we presented first idea, and we started doing code base. First, we did this using our own money that we have, but then we understood that it's even more interesting, not just for the sake of money, but also you need to validate your idea with those who see different projects in space, VC funds, angels, etc. And we did a raise, and in this year, so we finally presented the project in March, and now we are like fully working. And coming back to just short, let's say, punchline for what is Symbiosis. Symbiosis is a cross-chain MMDEX. I would like to emphasize that it's fully fledged MMDEX, not just bridge. We don't do stuff with just bridged assets, which is totally liquid, USDT, XYZ, something which you can only bridge but cannot trade directly. Now, Symbiosis enables users and businesses to swap any token from chain A to any token in chain B, and those are native assets, liquid assets that's already traded on different DEXs. So that's our business, and that's our angle from which we are coming to this market.
Okay, so first of all, congratulations to you and your team having the vision to see the coming of the cross-chain, essentially flow and the exciting space that we're in. You said that, one of the things they said is that you guys looked at different, particular, cross-chain implementations, and then settled on one. So what was the particular security model that Symbiosis centered on to say, hey, this is how we're going to build our bridge and cross-chain DEX?
So I would say that the problem that every solution on this market, especially multi-chain, cross-chain communication, etc., is trying to solve, is well-known triangle problem of security, scalability, cost/speed, and so on. So the trilemma of blockchain, which is known. And each solution that we took a look at were somehow trying to leverage one of these angles and like to sacrifice another angle. So, for instance, TorChain is pretty secure. It's even before it's been hacked and after it's been hacked, I would say it's pretty decent technology. But in terms of the capital efficiency, is not that much because they have to compare all tokens to their native token called Room, and you have to create enormous number of pools, and that makes some constraints in terms of how scalable you can be, because maintenance of such a system is really costs a lot. Different directions of swaps have different demands, but still to enable this any-to-any functionality, you need to leverage like myriads of pools, and that costs a lot. So this is a drawback of this design. All other things being equal is pretty good in TorChain. And so we consider different solutions. Let's say TorChain was a particular inspiration for us due to two things, because they were biggest in the market, honestly, and they still one of the biggest in the market. And second thing is that they used this model, which was first invented not by TorChain, but the project, I think it still exists. It's called Banker Network. Back to 2017, even though nobody at this time in 2017, just Uniswap emerged in 2017. But this time, guys from Banker, they already anticipated some trading for ERC20 tokens, because they were anticipating that lots of the projects were going into ICO and getting listed on centralized exchanges, but listing on centralized exchanges is kind of tricky stuff, so that they will need secondary market to trade these tokens. And they presented the concept of Banker Network, and they once again have this peg. I would not say peg. They need to connect every token to the native token called BNT. So pretty much the same design. And TorChain somehow try to let's say elaborate on this design and create something new. And so with this regard, we decided not to do this and instead use a model of stable coins. So instead of pairing all tokens to your native token, which is a volatile one, and so most of the tokens that exist on different dexes, like ERC point tokens, Bitcoin tokens, AVAX tokens, Polygon tokens, whatever, they either have a pair directly to a stablecoin on this chain, or they have intermediate pair with a native asset on this chain. So if you want to, let's say, swap token Joe token of Trader Joe on Avalanche, you either can swap it directly into stablecoin like USDT on AVAX, or you can take an intermediate step of swapping it into AVAX first and then swap it into stablecoin. And so we understood that. So those tokens that traded on these dexes, in case they do not have pair with stablecoin or either with native token, it just means that they don't have liquidity. So most probably it's like they're not live for some reason. And that's why we decided to take this as a sort of a hypothesis to build project on top of this. So our strategy is to leverage stablecoin liquidity in the middle and then route transactions through existing dexes like Trader Joe, like QuickSwap, like, I don't know, PancakeSwap, Uniswap, or whatever. And for that, so we don't compete directly with different dexes. Instead, we leverage already existing on-chain technologies plus the stablecoin liquidity, stablecoin pool liquidity to facilitate cross-chain swaps. And so that was the idea. And we basically that's how we are working.
That's excellent. And thank you for sharing it. And really impressive to hear that you found a way to improve upon the Thorchain model and the Bancor model of essentially not having to anchor back to the native token, but essentially to a link to or pair with a stablecoin. But coming back to the security model, so when we think of Symbiosis, is Symbiosis a light client security model? Is Symbiosis based on an Oracle model? Is Symbiosis a multi-sig that is managed by a central team? What is is Symbiosis a validator set model or an optimistic or fraud-proof model? What's the security model for Symbiosis?
Yes. Sure. So the idea is that we are using a network of P2P nodes. Currently, just being honest with you, it's semi-controlled by the team because we have proof of authority. Currently, we are working on proof of authority, and 1/3 of the nodes is still in team's possession, and 2/3 in possession of our investors. And now,
slow down. All right. So I know you're going fast there, Dick, but I'll just make sure we got it. All right. So Symbiosis. Wait. So Symbiosis is its own blockchain secured by proof of authority. Did I get you?
It's not our own blockchain. It's just a network of P2P nodes.
Good. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, that actually processes the swaps. And the thing is, currently we are working in proof of authority mode. So 1/3 of nodes in possession of team and 2/3 in possession of our existing investors, like Binance Labs running node.
Got it. Excellent.
From Polygon running node, and etc.
Got it.
The thing is, we ain't going to stop, because in this October, just in a month, we are releasing our second version of the protocol, which is called Symbiosis version 2, where we are slightly going to proof of stake, just pure proof of stake, where we giving away more nodes, so that community members can participate as a node runner for Symbiosis. And then it will be even more decentralized. But the thing is, why we decided to go with proof of authority, because of the speed. Because the
it's good. It's very fast. Yes. I love it.
Comes with a sort of the problem with pure decentralization is the decision-making process. In case you're already big in the market, you can afford decentralization. If you're just still small in the market and you need to move fast to fasten decision-making, etc., then you need to move fast. Otherwise, some competitors will just outcompete you and throw you away from this race.
Question. How many nodes in total currently in the proof of authority network?
So currently it's 15. It's 15.
15. Got it. Awesome. Yes. Okay, so tell me more. So we have a proof of authority. You're going proof of stake. If you're going proof of stake, are you using any particular proof of stake implementation, or is it just going to be your own? Like, what does that look like when you guys move to Symbiosis V2?
Yes, when we go into Symbiosis V2, it will be just pure proof of stake. Just like I would say the common implementation of proof of stake, without like some particular additional fees.
Got it. Yep.
To secure itself as a system, apart from just proof of authority and proof of stake side, we have MPC and threshold signature scheme. So in each particular case, in each particular swap, there is a need for threshold among node runners that this particular transaction is valid. And that's how we secure the system. Plus, we have additional mechanism. I would not say that we invented something. So Symbiosis itself, all the technologies that we use already existed in the market. We didn't invent something pretty new. We just combined it in a different,
that's
symbiotic way.
Yes, that's right.
So that's why it's working. So we have additional incentivization. So our node runners have to stake some amount of our native token, and that's how it's just all about staking and slashing. So in case we investigate some misbehavior, so we will just naturally slash them. So
now, quick question for you: why switch to proof of stake if proof of authority is faster and working, and you're growing? Like, why even make the switch?
Because I would say that we are still, even though it all started with as a VC-funded company, etc., but we are still considering ourselves a protocol. So at some point of time, I would better think of the future for Symbiosis when it's totally everything is working without any intervention from me or from Will or from dev team. So that only some monitoring of the nodes, that nodes are running properly, and set MPC is okay, and so on and so forth. So some DevOps operations is enabled, but all the decision making for the which network to add, which new implementation, etc., to be integrated should be decided on DAO. So we are slightly going into this. So I'm trying to, every time I'm talking about this, I'm just trying to be honest. We are not just a proprietary exchanger that exchanges one ASIC to another. We want to be really a sort of industry standard that enables cross-chain communication to build projects on top of this. And I really think that makes a lot of sense. So in case we were thinking to build just a proprietary software company to solve some particular problems, we will go that way. But from the very beginning, we were thinking about more protocol-wise than and project. So we are building, we are developers. We are building stuff for other developers and for the community.
Question for you. So now that we understand your vision, let's talk a little bit now about the challenges. Like, what are the top challenges you guys face, in the Symbiosis ecosystem?
Yes, that's a great question. I would say challenges is pretty much the same as for most of other projects. So we are not unique here. So how to attract and to retain TVL. How to convince users to first, not just users, but also other businesses to use your project. Because, once again, we started our conversation with me saying that bridges and cross-chain solutions being hacked every single week. So even though, and those solutions that have been hacked, like Nobot Bridge recently and some others, they've been audited by leading firms like OneStamp, Backshot, etc. So the being audited by the leading teams doesn't provide 100% guarantee that it won't be hacked. So that's why it's all about building this trust from the community, and not just community, not just random people or the spam person, dump person of your token or whatever, but from the community of technically wise people who are running other protocols like 1inch or Aave or some others.
Of course.
Because those are who grow the next generation of the projects in the space. Those are who move mountains in the space. And that's why, from our perspective, all our efforts is structured about attracting their attention. Not just that it's some buzz about Symbiosis, etc., but attracting their attention from the standpoint of that's it's secure. It solves the problem. It really solves the problem that exists. And it's just nice to be integrated into existing projects. So I would say that community/TVL acquisition and retention is the first problem that we face, and not only we, but also everybody.
Of course, everybody else. That's right.
and second, trustworthiness. I would also say that we have a pretty compact team, and I would say that third challenge is to combine different roles, because sometimes I would not say that in development team it's not that big, but in marketing team and business development team it's pretty cross-related, I would say. So we all do marketing, we all do business development, partnerships, investor relationships, and etc. And that's, from some point, it takes a lot of time, but it's great because we don't have we don't have a mindset that, oh, I'm just doing business development and I should do this, not do this. No, everybody can come to even a call with our investor, with Binance, for instance, or blockchain.com, even like just junior BD manager, and report what we are doing. And once again, it takes a lot of time, but on the other hand, we are trying to be like really transparent and to put all our efforts to make this a successful story.
Yep. So when we think about those efforts and how you guys are going to use it to make it a successful story, you've talked about Symbiosis V2 coming, you've talked about proof of stake, future decentralization of the proof of authority network, of the 15 nodes that you have. What is other future plans? What's the grand next future plan? What can we expect from Symbiosis as well as these things as we head into 2023 and DeFi summer 2023?
Sure. So first, apart from moving slightly from proof of authority into proof of stake, so it will, just once again being honest, it won't come in October directly. It will be started in October, and then we'll have slightly, transmission from proof of authority to proof of stake until the end of this year. So December, I would say, is a more appropriate date. But apart from this, in Symbiosis version 2, we'll have 2 more features, which is really great. So first, we'll enable swaps from and to our first non-EVM chain. It will be near.
Very cool.
So it's
very cool.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah. Nice.
So it will be first non-EVM chain, which is which can be tokens from which and to where can be sent like in just one quick swap, in one quick token from near to any token of Polygon and whatever. That's first advancement. Second advancement will have a managing network to manage stablecoin pools in the middle. So currently we have all pools interconnected. So we have pools between Ethereum and Polygon, Avalanche and, for instance, Near, and so on and so forth. And this design is pretty feasible, but once again, we were constantly contemplating on how to make it even more efficient. And we will have a managing network. And I would say, I cannot disclose this at the moment, but I would say that we'll have this managing network built with and that's the tricky side. So 2 partners who are helping Symbiosis to build this, one is one of the biggest networks existing on the market already, and second, one of the biggest L2 for Ethereum on the market, because it's building L2 for this particular network. So it will be a joint venture of Symbiosis, this one of the biggest leading networks, and one of the...
Is this between you guys and Boba?
I can't disclose.
Okay, because it's in your GitHub. There's a Boba repo in your GitHub. I mean, I don't know. I mean, don't disclose anything, Nick. No alpha here. No alpha here. Please look away. There's nothing to see.
Sure. So that's the idea.
Okay, I think that's awesome. Quick question before we jump. How can people join and work with Symbiosis? How do people get engaged? I mean, are you hiring? Is there opportunities for people to join the Symbiosis team? What can we say to people and get involved and become part of the Symbiosis community?
Yes, so a couple of things we are doing. Yes, we are hiring, especially to the development team. So if you want to apply, just drop me a direct message on Telegram, on Twitter, or whatever. Or if you want a direct touch, or you can use our official emails on the website. And would be happy to see more developers coming to Symbiosis. But second thing, I think it's more interesting to some teams to retain some sort of freedom, I would say, not working for Symbiosis, but working on their own projects and protocols. We are providing grants. We are providing grants to different development team who can build something on top of Symbiosis. Particular example of what can build on top of Symbiosis. Some aggregation service that are using Symbiosis as one of the routing technology to enable cross-chain swaps, like Rubik does, like VIA Exchange does, like some other projects, and we granted some of them with the grants. All those emerging aggregators are highly welcome. Second, NFT, gamify, different projects which is building value-added services on top of NFTs, like gamify, gambling, and whatever. Once again, they need cross-chain functionality because they can significantly widen user acquisition funnel for them, because in case some particular game is built, let's say on Avalanche, then users only having AVAX or some tokens on AVAX can play it. But using Symbiosis, you can provide instant, like seamless experience while swapping from any token to the destination chain token, which is used in this game, and then enable users to play, which is super great because you really like shorten the user path to play your game, which is also good. I believe that's really huge. So we also provide grants to this. And different dashboards, portfolio managers, etc., that are trying to somehow shake the space and outcompete existing leaders like Zerion, etc., also highly welcome. Those who want to build next generation dashboards, portfolio managers, aggregation services, even wallets. If you want to build a wallet and you want to enable seamless experience while swapping from one token to another, also welcome. We provide grants. So that's the second option how we can collaborate. And
that's
third,
awesome.
we're actually happy to see more moderators in our community, in Telegram, on Twitter, etc. If you want to help us with some support with marketing, promotions, etc., feel free to direct message or send whatever, wherever it works for you. Would be happy to consider and work together.
Excellent. All right. Nick, Symbiosis Finance, thank you. Proof of authority, network securing. What kind of TVL you guys have on the decks right now?
So currently it's not that big. So we have about... Yes. So currently
it's okay.
It's currently about 5 mil.
Good job.
So recently we did a deal with one of our partners, so it will be more with the V2.
Yep. Good. And it's fast. So Proof of Authority Network is fast. Symbiosis cross-chain, multi-chain, and bridge, and Aurora coming as the next non-EVM protocol for Symbiosis. Nick, thank you so much for joining us. And for our community members, please check out symbiosis.finance. An amazing team, awesome work. We look forward to seeing you guys in the Cross-Chain Coalition community. All right, and that's it. So take us out with the music. Thank you, Nick. We'll see you in the cross-chains.
Thank you, sir.